Welcome back to On Point. The Kentucky Derby Championship season is upon us, James. Risen Star, Fountain of Youth, Fairgrounds, Gulfstream. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Big weekend.
Huge weekend. Southwest concludes the prep season, rescheduled for Sunday. We won't be able to get to that today. But the 50-point races to the winner start this weekend. And James, for me, these fields kind of trying to dismantle them and come up with the winner. I'm looking a lot at class, who fits where, who's beat who. I'll start with the Risen Star just because I think Imperia is really interesting coming out of that Kentucky Jockey Club, which has produced several next out winners, including El Kabir, first in the Jerome, then second in the Withers. Imperia, I know a lot of people are high on him. He looks really good here, but you know the LeCompte horses are coming back too. What do you make of it?
Well, like you said, Imperia is going to be a tough Derby contender all spring, I reckon. But they're just looking for a solid effort from him. He's more of a late runner here. I'm looking to try to beat him with War Story. I thought that, you know, he's really not broken well in any of his three races, but I really liked his effort in LeCompte after a rough start where he got left behind. He got bumped hard in the stretch by the third-place finisher that day, and I think he's moving forward for Amos, and I look for him to run a decent race. I also was intrigued, at least by Bluff. You know, he's facing a serious class test off of a maiden win, but he looks like a real promising horse for Larry Jones, and Keen Ice, late runner shipping in from Gulfstream. He would flatter the Holy Bull runners if he ran well in this spot. So I'll be using him in some multi-race wagers.
Right. Speaking of shipping in from Gulfstream from nearby Palm Beach, Pletcher has J.S. Bach rerouted from the Southwest here in the Risen Star. And then in the Fountain of Youth, he has It's a Knockout. So we're starting to sort of see Pletcher with these flashy maiden allowance types stepping up to stakes company. Cozano runs Sunday in an allowance. Switching to the Fountain of Youth, what'd you make of that race? You like the stakes performers, or are you looking at an up-and-comer?
I do. Well, I do like It's a Knockout. Like It's a Knockout better than J.S. Bach. J.S. Bach, low brisk speed rating in his maiden win. It's a Knockout has run twice at one turn, but I'm looking forward to him stretching out to two turns. Lemon Drop Kid, he's got a lot of stamina, even though he's out of a Cherokee Run mare. And he looks good to me, but I wound up going with Frosted. I thought that with Upstart beat Frosted last time. He really doesn't have anything to prove in this spot. But Frosted, I think they're going to be looking to prove that he's a serious horse. I think he's going to be primed for his best, adding blinkers to McLaughlin, and I'm looking for him to run a real big race.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned proving, because it's sort of we're at that time now where, you know, you could sort of you could forgive races from the prep season. Obviously, some of these haven't even run in stakes company. But you're down to pretty much two chances left this week if you're running, and then whatever the 100-point race might be. And Upstart is one of those that really doesn't have a lot to prove. And you wonder from Violet's comments about, you know, the spacing and every 5 weeks, and they know what they got, how much he's going to be ready for this. But at the same time, a win gets you in. I mean, 50 points obviously going to be enough. Even second probably gets you enough in the picture that you just need to finish well in the next race. So those are all parts of the storyline for me, but I'm pretty much choking on chalk. I love the Kentucky Jockey Club, so Imperia to me fits in the Risen Star, and I think Upstart's a top 3 contender for the Derby right now. And
absolutely,
don't see how he doesn't handle these, but a lot of different storylines with Pletcher, etc. We're off next week from a race standpoint, but there will be a Derby future, so we'll be back to talk about that, recap these races. Join us, won't you?